Hi everybody, I'm Raj Sidhu, one of the careers consultants here in the Professional Development Centre. I'm here with my colleague Helen, and I'm going to be talking you through a presentation all about how to tell and sell yourself, including highlighting your own personal brand.
Good definition of personal brand is essentially the ongoing process of establishing a prescribed image or impression in the mind of others about an individual, group or organisation. And obviously in this case, we're going to be talking about the individual. So if you're wondering about really what a personal brand is, I would say think about somebody you really admire. That might be a relative, that might be somebody who's famous, it might be somebody who works in charity, whatever that is. What is it about that person that makes you admire them? And I think the answer quite frequently to that is that individual is authentic. And quite often that individual is confident, and that individual, when they say they're going to do something, they do it. Another definition is the means by which other people remember you. And in this case, it's about how you present yourself online and offline to employers and potential clients and customers. It's about being authentic and evidence-based. So if you say you have excellent communication skills, the employer wants to see the evidence. Is that because you recently delivered a radio program on campus? Or is that because you did a fantastic presentation as part of an internship? It's not enough to say you're good at something, you need to demonstrate the how.
This is also about understanding who you're talking to, understanding the audience and being specific to their particular needs. Tailoring what you're going to say to make it relevant to their needs, and oftentimes that's making it very job specific.
And there's some more information here about personal brand, but it's extremely important to bear that in mind, particularly when you're going into interviews, you're creating your LinkedIn profile, and that you're selling yourself on application forms. Ask yourself, how do I stand out? What makes me different? Understand yourself, know yourself to sell yourself. And if you're not sure, I can promise you, if you come and see us, we will help draw out your unique selling points.
We can also really help you with developing those networking skills, which are going to help you to understand different roles and also help you to understand what employers are looking for and what jobs actually entail. This is also going to be a really useful exercise when you come and talk to us about self-awareness and thinking about what are your key strengths and how you might convey them.
So the point here is if you know your story, what you're telling and selling about yourself, it makes you feel more confident, and then that in turn convinces the employer that you're right for that job. So practicing that is everything. And this is all part of packaging up your brand and telling and selling who you are. So the key areas really about telling a story is that you should be telling a story about yourself that will sort of have resonance with people. So recruiters will think, oh yeah, I really, I understand why they went to Africa and worked in on a safari and helped animals and that type of thing. I can see that because they're now applying to us and we work in that area also. It's also about giving people context and being interesting in the way that you speak. And also, if you're telling your story and you just give them a ream of facts, so I worked at Marks and Spencer's, and then I went to H&M, and then I worked in a bar, and then I did this, and then I did that, that's not going to really sell yourself to the recruiter. But if you sort of gave your story some turning points where you said, I started out at Marks and Spencer, and because I had retail experience, I went and got a job at H&M. However, I got really fed up of working in retail, or I wanted a fresh challenge from retail, and I decided I wanted to go and learn some more multitasking skills and got myself a job in a really busy bar at the BBC, where in fact I met somebody who then was able to give me some work experience. And then your story is completely different.
Don't forget the past, because employers are looking for examples of how you behaved and how you demonstrated certain competencies. They are very interested in what you've done, as it gives them a predictor of your behaviour in the future.
And although I gave an example there where I went into the negative, just remember to try and keep your reasons for change positive. So rather than I didn't like doing it, you say, I really love doing X now. Okay, and everything needs to hold together. It's known as the red thread. So when you're talking about who you are, people need to understand that you've been on a journey. You've gone from A to B, and there's been a lot of sort of stuff that's happened in the middle, where you may have developed new skills, or you may have met new people, or you may have, strengthened your strengths in some way or another. That's what recruiters are looking for. So basically, it's important to know your story, to know what you're telling and selling, to come and practice it with us, to rehearse it, retell it, and refine it. And we can really help you do that.
The more you practice your pitch, the more comfortable you're going to be getting with the content. And you're going to put your own style to things. And that's really what you're looking to do, to own your own story and to get comfortable with not just what you're saying, but also how you're saying it.
Thanks very much for listening, guys. On the screen, you'll see our links for our social media. Please do connect with us. You'll also find a link for booking appointments, and we would look forward to seeing you in the PDC. Thank you.
Bye.